we are going to be putting our own postdoctorates in that laboratory. It's about discovering what people don't know that's going to make it more exciting for us and making better products for our people. So what I'd like to do right now is introduce you to a man named Professor Ralph Paus. Professor Paus is a professor of dermatology, specializing in the biology of hair and skin. He has many years of experience internationally, as well as Yale University, and now, of course, at the University of Miami Medical School. So I'm going to ask, Dr. Paus was kind enough to tape a video for us back in Miami. So can we please roll that video?
My name is Ralph Paus. I'm a research professor of dermatology at the University of Miami, and my expertise is in hair research. I got into hair research long before starting my training as a dermatologist, when I was a postdoctoral research fellow at Yale, where my mentor got me fascinated in this mini organ that makes these hair shafts on your scalp that get you irritated or worried. And he fascinated me with the concept that this mini organ is the most amazing little mini organ that has developed during evolution. It does things you would not suspect it does. Besides producing a hair shaft and pigmenting it, it also impacts on the skin around you. It's very dependent on the health of the scalp skin in which it lives, but it also has an immune system of its own. It harbors bugs, the so-called hair follicle microbiome, that you have hardly anywhere else. And it produces neurohormones, neuropeptides, neurotransmitters that you normally would suspect only to be present in the brain. And then it has a life cycle that keeps rejuvenating and regenerating this organ for as long as you live, and no other organ in your body can do that. And it does that because it's crammed with stem cells from which it can regenerate, and it makes a lot of growth factors that help it in doing this cyclic regeneration. One of the most fascinating neurohormones that your hair follicles make is melatonin. And you know melatonin probably best as an agent that helps you to fall asleep. But melatonin does so much more. We discovered many years ago that your scalp hair follicles make actually melatonin. Not only the brain does it, your follicles do it too. And we're still trying to figure out, why is it doing that? One of the things we investigated is that this neurohormone is capable of protecting you from oxidative damage, from free radical damage, like no other hormone. It actually zooms right into the cells where oxidative damage occurs and protects them from it in three actually quite ingenious ways. On the one hand, it sucks up these free radicals like a sponge and then neutralizes them, and then it stimulates the cells in your hair follicles to make more antioxidants and enzymes that protect you from oxidative damage. And then, even if damage has occurred, enzymes that repair this damage, for example, in your DNA, are still being activated by this neurohormone. The other substance we talked about is caffeine. Caffeine is a substance that you associate with drinking a good espresso, right? But in fact, caffeine is also a hair growth stimulant. And we did the basic work for this many years ago in my lab in Germany, when we showed that caffeine actually keeps your hair follicles longer in the growth phase of this hair cycle. So it makes longer hair shafts. And it also protects the hair follicle from the damaging influence of stress hormones. A little bit like melatonin, but with a different mechanism of action. So I look very much forward to initiating a research collaboration between my lab at the University of Miami and MONAT to jointly identify optimal candidate hair growth, scalp health promoting agents, and new skincare active materials that are based on what we have learned from the fascinating biology of the hair follicle.